They are going wild in Trinidad. What you say, martial law? They declaring martial law out there. Them brothers are going wild, man. Check it out, man.
Our next story is from the Caribbean, from the twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago. The country has declared a state of emergency. The military has been mobilized. They will act as a secondary police force. Security forces have been given additional powers. They will be allowed to conduct searches without a warrant. They can detain suspects without charge and deny them bail. It's a full-scale crackdown. And the reason is a surge in gang violence. Our next
That's crazy. Hey man, them boys wilding so hard. Like they need to bring in the military, like the police saying we need help. You feel me? Hey man, them boys in Trinidad, man, y'all brothers need to calm down for real, man. You know what I mean? When they gotta bring in the military, then they talking about, you know what I mean? They could search and detain you without a warrant. But truth be told, we do the same thing in the United States. You know what I mean? They could arrest you for 30 days. They could arrest and detain you for 30 days without a warrant and without charging you. So
This report has the details.
Certain criminal gangs, and I'll leave out the places where.
Hey, them gangs wilding for real. You know what I mean? The 6, the 7. Hey, man, Rasta City. You know what I mean? Boy, them boys, they like the Bloods and Crips for real. Hey, for real. The Muslims, hey, all right.
At this stage, but I can say throughout Trinidad and possibly Tobago, are likely to immediately increase their brazen acts of violence in reprisal shootings on a scale so extensive that it threatens persons and will endanger public safety.
An assassination attempt, a retaliatory shootout, and
God almighty, hey, criminal acts of violence. Hey, they saying them boys so brazen, yo, they don't care, boy. They finna up. Like, for real, anybody could get it out there in Trinidad. So if you think about visiting Trinidad, you need to think twice. Cause like the gang's so wild out there, they straight up got a state of martial law. That's what we call martial law out here. Alright?
6 people killed. It was a weekend of gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago, and it has led to the authorities declaring a state of emergency. It began on Saturday. A known gang leader was leaving a police station in the capital, Port of Spain. His identity has not been made public. While he was leaving the police station, there was an attempt on his life. The gang leader managed to survive, but one of his crew members was killed. On Sunday, there was a reprisal. 5 people were gunned down inside a...
That's crazy. Hey, they ain't say an hour after he left. They said while he was leaving the police station, there was an attempt on his life. Hey man, they spinning the block and they taking spinning the block to a whole other level out there in Trinidad, Joe. I'm talking about, I thought we was bad out here in the U.S., but them boys ain't playing. They ain't even waiting for you to get out the jail. While he was leaving, he ain't even get out the jail for real, man. They hit the gang leader up and they killed his homie. You feel me? Hey, yeah, I see why it's finna be war out there.
shop. These incidents have the potential to start off a vicious cycle of killings. That is why Trinidad and Tobago's government has declared an emergency.
At this stage, the government has taken the decision there is not going to be any curfew. That decision is because the targeting of this national public state of emergency is on those who engage in criminal activity with criminal intent.
Trinidad and Tobago's military has been deployed. The police have been given enhanced powers. They can search people and property without a warrant. They can detain someone for 2 days on suspicion alone. The suspects can also be denied bail. All of this isn't just a result of this weekend's events. Trinidad and Tobago is a hotspot for gang violence and murder. The Caribbean nation has one of the highest murder rates in the world. It has only about 1.5 million.
Now check it out now. They saying, hey, this crazy for real. You know what I mean? Like they saying they basically could suspend what would amount to your in the United States, your constitutional rights for 2 or 3 days. You feel me? I mean, deny you bond and all that. But if you really think about it, they do the same thing in the U.S. Cause like I said, they can hold you for 30 days without charging you. At least I know in the state of Florida they can, and them 30 days ain't it. They can every 30 days they can get extensions indefinitely. So I mean, like, hey, but we talking about these boys out here in Trinity for real, man. These boys wilding for real. Hey, boy, y'all better eat y'all some Pelori or some doubles, and hey, man, they say them boys went and got some get back ASAP. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't playing out there for real, man. Y'all gotta be careful when y'all go to Trinidad. Hey.
Million residents, but this year the official homicide count hit 623. It's the worst on record. This alarming figure was part of the reason for the emergency declaration. How did things get so bad in Trinidad and Tobago? The simple answer is drugs. The country is located right off the coast of Venezuela. It makes it a transit point for Venezuelan drugs, which then make their way to either the US or Europe. Gangs in Trinidad and Tobago serve as the middlemen. Where are they getting these weapons? Mostly the US. The US Government Accountability Office published a report this year. It analyzed about 7,500 guns that were
It's the same story as we got out there in Mexico. They got a supply of a substance, you feel me? And we got the pow. So you feel me? So hey man, like we literally flooding the world with our product, which is, you know, weapons, real deal weapons of mass destruction. Them boys dying left and right, man. You heard them numbers. Trinidad a small country, man. All them fools dying like that. And man, listen, bro. I'm telling you, man. Y'all, man, listen. God Almighty. Hey, man, if you in Trinidad, man, and you sexy and you trying to come to America, hey, DM your boy. I might have something for you for real. Hey, that's crazy.
Confiscated in the Caribbean. Around 73% of them originated in the US. These American weapons are fueling gang violence in Trinidad and Tobago and other nations as well. Most infamously, Haiti, which is also overrun with gangs. The US is the world's biggest market for drugs. The US's insatiable appetite for cocaine and other drugs has wreaked havoc in the Caribbean, and this emergency in Trinidad and Tobago is a direct result of it. This isn't the first time the country has had to impose an emergency to combat gang violence. They did so in 2011 as well. Let's see how.
Once again, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they got that, you know, they got that candy for you know, and we got them thing. So hey man, sound like a match made in heaven or hell, depending on who you asking, man. Hey, boy, them boys in Trinity wildin'. The bandit and them going crazy, eh? You hear me?
How long this latest emergency lasts, and if it can really bring Trinidad and Tobago's gang violence problem under control.
So apparently, that wasn't even the first time this happened, man. Them boys used to getting down out there for real. They get down and dirty in T. The Caribbean ain't nothing to play with. You know what I mean? That's why when they come out here, they catch your bodies left and right. Because where they from, you know what I mean? The body ain't nothing, boy. They spinning for real. Hey, listen, man. If you one of my brothers out there in Trinidad, man, listen, man. Y'all brothers need to come to peace, man. Y'all need to do something, because we all look alike, and whether you know it or not, the 6 ain't the problem of the 7. The 7 ain't the problem of the 6. It's the powers that be. It's the ones pulling the strings at the top, man. Y'all got to figure it out, man. Stop. You know what I mean? We ain't got to be crabs in the barrel for real, man. Hey, but this been my take on, you know, the martial law that's been declared on the not so friendly island of Trinidad and Tobago. You already know who it is. It's your boy, Game of Don. All right. Hey, man, I'm going to holler at y'all.